Good morning, Alex. How are you today?
Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you. So, today we're going to learn about the past simple tense. Have you heard of it before?
Yes, I have, but I'm not very confident using it. I often get confused about when and how to use it.
That's completely normal, Alex. The past simple tense is used to talk about actions or events that happened and were completed in the past. It's one of the most common tenses in English, so it's important to understand it well.
I see. But how do I know when to use it?
Great question. You use the past simple tense when you want to talk about something that happened at a specific time in the past. For example, if you want to say that you played football yesterday, you would say, I played football yesterday.
Oh, I get it. So, if I ate pizza last night, I would say, I ate pizza last night, right?
Exactly. That's perfect. The structure of the past. Simple tense is quite simple. You take the base form of the verb and usually add ed for regular verbs. For example, play becomes played and watch becomes watched.
But what about irregular verbs? I know they don't just add ed.
You're absolutely right. Irregular verbs don't follow the regular pattern. For example, go becomes went and have becomes had. There's no set rule for these, so you have to memorize them. But don't worry, with practice, it becomes easier.
That makes sense. So, how do I form a negative sentence in the past simple tense?
Good question. To make a negative sentence in the past, simple tense you use did not or the contraction did not, followed by the base form of the verb. For example, I did not go to the party, or I didn't go to the party.
So, if I did not play football yesterday, I would say, I did not play football yesterday, right?
Exactly. That's correct. Remember, when you use did not or did not, the main verb does not change. It stays in its base form.
Got it. And how about asking questions in the past simple tense?
To form questions in the past, simple tense, you use did followed by the subject and the base form of the verb. For example, did you play football yesterday, or did she eat pizza last night?
I see. So, if I want to ask if you taught English yesterday, I would say, did you teach English yesterday?
Perfect. That's exactly right. The verb teach stays in its base form because we're using did to indicate that the action happened in the past.
This is starting to make more sense now. What about when we want to talk about multiple actions in the past?
Good point. When you're talking about multiple actions that happened one after another, you simply list them in the past simple tense. For example, yesterday I woke up, brushed my teeth, and went to school.
So, it's like telling a story of what happened step by step, right?
Yes, exactly. The past simple tense is often used in storytelling to describe actions that happen sequentially.
That's interesting. But sometimes, I get confused between the past simple and the present perfect tense. How can I tell the difference?
That's a common confusion. The key difference is that the past simple is used for actions that were completed at a specific time in the past, while the present perfect is used for actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past or that have relevance to the present moment. For example, I visited Paris last year is past simple because it's about a specific time. But I have visited Paris is present perfect because it does not specify when.
Oh, I see. So, if I say I studied English yesterday, that's past simple because I'm saying when it happened.
Exactly. You're getting the hang of it. The more you practice, the easier it will become to differentiate between the two.
Thanks, Mr. Smith. I think I'm starting to feel more comfortable with the past simple tense.
I'm glad to hear that. Let's practice a bit more. Can you tell me about what you did last weekend using the past simple tense?
Sure. Last weekend, I visited my grandparents, helped them in the garden, and then we watched a movie together.
That's great, Alex. You used the past simple tense perfectly. You talked about actions that happened and were completed in the past.
Thanks. I feel more confident now.
Wonderful. Just remember, practice is key. The more you use the past simple tense in your speaking and writing, the more natural it will become.
I will definitely keep practicing. Is there anything else I should know about the past simple tense?
Just one more thing. Sometimes we use the past simple tense to describe past habits or routines, especially with adverbs of frequency like always, often, or never. For example, I always walked to school when I was younger.
Oh, that's good to know. So, if I say I often played football with my friends after school, I'm talking about a past habit, right?
Exactly. You have got it. That sentence perfectly describes a past routine using the past simple tense.
This is really helpful, Mr. Smith. Thank you so much for explaining everything so clearly.
You're very welcome, Alex. I'm glad I could help. Remember, don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're just part of the learning process.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you again.
Anytime, Alex. Keep practicing and soon you will be using the past simple tense like a pro. Do you have any more questions before we wrap up?
Not right now, but I will definitely ask if something comes up.
Sounds like a plan. Have a great day, Alex, and keep practicing those tenses.
I will. Have a great day too, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. See you in the next class.
See you.